Felicitations, adventurers! Welcome to Roll for Felicity, where we play serialized one-shots in multiple systems with assorted players. I am Taylor, I use she, her pronouns, and I just saw your message, Dreamy. Heyo. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the producer for this channel. Today I'm here with Dreamy Etude, and we are playing Eyes on the Prize by Ira Prince, a fake marriage role-playing game. I'll talk a little bit more about the game as we go, but let me throw it over to Dreamy to introduce herself also. Thank you, Dreamy, for the 26-month resub. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Hi, everybody. I'm Dreamy. I'm a VTuber. So this is a fake marriage because Taylor's trying to marry someone who doesn't even exist in reality.
I'm the ultimate parasocial chatter.
Yeah. And you do know I love funny parasocial chatter characters, I guess I should say.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm turning this around on you.
That's true. I played a parasocial character. Now it's Taylor's turn.
Yeah. And if you don't already know Dreamy, you should check out her streams, twitch.tv/DreamyEtude, and you can also follow her on Twitter. I think actually you should be able to just click in the description because I tagged her, so there should just be like, even if you click on the stream title, you should be able to follow her from there, or a little thing just popped up that said to follow her. So all of that stuff. Also Melanie, first and forever canonically for this stream, first in chat. So congratulations. Okay. We are, as I mentioned, playing Eyes on the Prize, which you can get on itch, and you should click the link in chat right now to buy it. It's by Ira Prince. It's a really good game. I'm really excited to play it. Also, the art for it is really fun. In the credits for it, it mentions that the art in the game is based on characters from one of the playtests of the game, which I think is a really fun detail. And I'll actually read part of the game when we actually start like playing, but before I do that, there are some things that you can do if you're in chat right now to help the stream. If there's a moment that you think is funny that you would like to see as short form content, you can use !marker or !hey Taylor to leave me stream markers. So you can just do it like this.
Hey Taylor.
For some reason, marker stopped working, and I checked even before the stream, and it said it was still an active command, so I don't know why it's not working, but hey Taylor still works for some reason.
Love it.
So I can go back and make clips of that moment. Super helpful. I know a lot of times, especially with TTRPG streams, you don't really want to stop and make a clip because you'll miss whatever the next thing is that happens, but you can do that. Super helpful. You can also tip either $2 or $5 for $2 you can let us advance a track of our choice. You'll notice on the overlay there's tracks that say affection, suspicion, and plot. So if you tip $2, you can let us move that however we would like. If you tip $5, you can add to a track of your choice. So it can be pretty spicy. Finally, the last thing that you can do to help the stream, congratulations, you're already doing it. Whether you are watching us live right now on Twitch or whether you're watching the VOD later on YouTube. Appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoy what you're about to see. And to introduce the game, I'm actually just going to read one of the opening paragraphs of the game because it's written very well and it's like a fun little thing. So, I think this is like page 1 of the game. Oh, Dreamy! Dreamy! We've established before that you're not allowed to tip for your own. Which one do you want to advance? Oh, well, yeah.
I'm okay with letting fate decide. We should just roll a dice to see which one is advanced.
Okay, so it would have to be a D3 because there's only 3 options.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out. I love every time you come on, you're like, I'm gonna tip to help myself.
I know. Well, there was the rule because you said we couldn't do that anymore after I did it the one time.
Yeah. Rule breaker. Okay.
Mhm.
So the beginning of this game, I think it's like the first page of actual text for the game. Oh, D6 makes
Okay.
sense, yeah. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single troublemaker in possession of an absurd problem with no reasonable or realistic solutions must be in want of a made-up wife. In Eyes on the Prize, you are troublemakers. Maybe you don't think you are. Maybe to you, your most unfortunate and ludicrous circumstances are no fault of your own, and it is only an additional misfortune that you've been driven to such lengths. But the fact of the matter is that, when all is said and done, you need your situation upended so badly that you've ended up fake married about it. So it goes. Unfortunately for you, there is nothing more appealing to the rumor mongers and scandal hobbyists of court society than an unusual marriage. If the two of you want to have a chance to meet your goals, you'll have to play your parts, and you'll have to play them immaculately. Get your shit done, don't get caught, and absolutely positively do not fall in love for real. That would be so fucking embarrassing.
Yeah. I'm only in it for the money.
Yeah. So you can see on screen we already have some stuff that we're keeping track of, the prompts
Mhm.
that we're going to be doing, and these different tracts of affection, suspicion, and plot. Affection is our affection for each other. Suspicion is other people's suspicions of us. And plot is basically the scheme that we're trying to accomplish, how well that is going.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, Dreamy and I have talked a little bit about our characters beforehand, because we needed character names, both of us, and then also, wanted to have a little bit of an idea of what we were doing. But we'll talk about that and also establish some other things, because we haven't really talked about the setting too much,
Mhm. Mhm.
and haven't decided. We both kind of decided what our schemes are. But Dreamy, actually, I'll ask you first. Tell us a little bit about your character that you've come up with. Your character's name, their appearance,
Okay.
if like how they're addressed, so like pronouns or titles, if you have any, if you're like a lady or a Grace or something like that. And
Mhm.
your character's personality.
Okay. Oh, should I say the reason why they're also in a fake marriage?
Let's save that because in a second, after we talk about our characters, then we'll talk about our partnership and why we're in a fake marriage. So let's just
Okay.
establish for the audience like our characters first,
Okay.
and then we'll talk more about that.
My character, her name is Neena Kirby. She is short, round, and has blonde hair in a bun.
Perfect.
Um, yes. She, lives life how she wants to. She grew up in an extremely wealthy family and did not learn about consequences.
Good.
Yeah.
That's always a good character trait. Does she have any titles? Is she like a lady or a knight or a whatever else? Duchess, viscountess.
No, she's I would say a part of the nouveau riche.
Good. I love that. So just a
Yes.
miss. Well, misses, I
Yes.
guess, because we're married.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Mrs.
already
now.
forgetting. I'm
Yep.
already forgetting that we're married. Um, my character is named Harriet. What did I say? Harriet Pike. I should probably write this down. I think that's what I said. Harriet Pike. She
Mhm.
is. I think probably grew up probably a lower class, we'll say. Not like living on the streets, but definitely like had to work for a living as opposed to like a lot of the
Mhm.
other people in this society. I think she's probably kind of tall. She has, I think, kind of like more masculine facial features.
Mhm.
So like kind of has like a strong brow and a sharp jawline. And usually has kind of a jovial like attitude, like is pretty friendly, is pretty talkative. Oh
Ooh,
my
okay.
gosh. Yuzuki, thank you so much for the raid. You're coming in just in
Yuzuki!
time.
Oh my
Just
gosh, hi Yuzuki!
we are just introducing our characters, so this is perfect. Um And let me
Mhm.
do, is my shout out command working? I haven't used it in a while. um Hang on, let
You
me do that
guys
really
just came
quick.
in time. We just started our game.
Yes, it is really just in time. Okay. Is my command working? Yes. The shout out is working. Everybody follow Yuzuki. Yuzuki's great. We just played Good Society the other day, which is great yesterday.
It was so fun.
And it was super fun. Yeah, it was not streamed, but we probably could have streamed it. It was very funny.
Yeah, me
Um,
and Yuzuki had a very happy, loving ending.
yeah, Dreamy played a character who was not 100% insane, which was kind of insane.
Yeah, my only normal character, guys. Well, he did think that
And
everyone was in love with him.
yeah, he did, but he had reason.
Yeah.
Um okay, so yeah, it is like very like friendly, outgoing. Some people in chat may be familiar with the idea that I've had for a long time of a remake of The Music Man where Harold Hill is a woman and Marion the Librarian is a lesbian. So this is very Harriet is very Harold Hill coded, I would say.
Yeah.
And doesn't have a title, is just Mrs. Is pretending to be more in the upper crust, I think, but didn't grow
Yeah.
up that way.
I would
Um,
like to say that I forgot to mention that my character has a bodacious booty.
you have to say that. You have to mention it.
Yeah, I said that she was round because she's lived a very soft life, you know?
Yeah,
The
gotta have a
life's,
bodacious booty.
yes, and she does have a bodacious booty.
Um, Perfect. If we were playing, I feel like I would have to move the affection up by one, but we're not actually playing yet, so
Dang.
I'm sure it'll come up. We've talked about our background details that we fleshed out. Why is your character currently unhappy, dissatisfied, or yearning?
She's very unhappy because she's in a large amount of debt.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. And she's only ever lived a luxurious life, so she is not ready to live the life of a peasant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think my character is. I don't think she knows it, but I think Harriet is tired of constantly being on the run. I think she's kind of tired of always having to go from place to place and never really having like a place to settle down. So I don't think that's something she's like aware of, but
Mm-hmm.
is a kind of yearning that she has, or a
Okay.
dissatisfaction, I suppose. Okay. The next thing that we can talk about is our partnership. So, we can talk about what our plot is, why we're fake married, why we need to be fake married.
Yep.
Um, and let's actually do that first. It's not technically the first question in this series, but I think we know what it is already, so we should talk about it.
Yeah.
So what is Nina's plot?
So Nina, the reason why she's getting fake married is because, like I said, she comes from a very rich family. She's lived a very soft life. She's never had to work before. All she knows how to do is spend money, and she um, got a little too fond of cards, if you know what I mean, card games
Mm-hmm.
at the gambling houses. She thinks that nothing could ever go wrong. So even though she keeps losing, she just keeps going back to the gambling houses, and now she's accrued a huge debt. That she can't pay back because she doesn't actually have any money of her own. The
Mm-hmm.
only thing she's banking on is that once her grandma dies, she will be willed, hopefully, the estate and all of its assets. However, currently, right now, the only stipulation for her to get her inheritance is that she has to be married and start a family, as her grandma is very old fashioned
Yeah.
and wants to see her
So,
settled down.
yeah. So that's the reason why you have to be fake married, because
Yeah.
you don't actually want to be married to someone, but you want to get this inheritance. And hopefully
Yep.
your grandma dies before anything comes out that we're not actually married. Um, so Harriet's plot is that she is a kind of like traveling teacher isn't exactly the right vibe. I guess like maybe s- um governess is also not right because that's for kids. Is
Mhm.
like I don't know what the word for this is, but basically she travels from like town to town and teaches like
Mhm.
charm school kind of lessons to people. Not even exclusively ladies, I don't think, but teaches like, okay, this is the right fork to use, and this is like the right like this is how to dress properly and all this different stuff. So basically, like goes to different towns, probably in advance of some kind of significant event, and like goes to
Mhm.
people and is like, if you want to be prepared for this event, and if you want to find love, and if you want to present yourself well, then you need to like take these classes. But Harriet does not actually know what she's talking about, so she always has to leave before the actual event is, because then people would be like, wait a minute, why why did you teach me all this stuff that's not real? So she always has to leave town before that actually happens. The reason why she needs to be married is because it's much easier and she comes off as much more respectable if she's married as opposed to if she's a single woman. So if she's like a single woman and she's like going and like meeting with all these
Mhm.
people one on one, then it's like, oh, is she, like seducing these people? But if she's married, of course it's like all on the up and up. She's just, a proper woman, so that's totally fine.
A
Um,
lady.
yes, a proper lady. So that's why she needs to be fake married. What does your character bring strategically to the fake marriage? Why do you need me for this? Like me specifically, not just like any spouse.
She was looking for someone desperate who would agree to her plan.
You just
Yeah.
almost made me spit out my water. I took a drink right before you said that. So I was just like desperate enough, basically.
Yes, yes.
Cool.
Mhm.
Why do I need you? I think because you come from this family that is
Mhm.
like more known, even if you're not like you're nouveau riche, but you still are like a known person.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's kind of the appeal for me being fake married to your character, because it gives me even more credence
Mhm.
that I'm like a part of this
Mhm.
society. And yeah, for anyone who's joining, our characters are fake married to each other is the premise of the game. So for Raiders and for My Mermaid, um,
Mhm.
we are fake married, and we have this scheme that we're coming up with. Um, what? Okay, I think we actually kind of already talked about this. Our place in society. Um, and so the question is, what is your place in society? What about your partner? We talked about this already. But the last
Mhm.
part of this question is, do you want to be able to continue holding that position after all of this, or will this ruse be a turning point for you? So for me, I think the answer is pretty obvious, which is just I always leave. So I don't really care about my place in society because I'll just move on from this and like go to a new town. But
Yeah.
what about for you?
I would like things to be the same. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I wanna still be a member of the upper class, just living my life, gambling away my inheritance.
Yeah, that's interesting because then if I always leave, then that kind of puts your character in a rough position where like
Hmm.
how will you explain this fake marriage once like your grandma will be dead, so it won't matter that much, but like the rest of society will know that you weren't really married.
I'll just be like,
Uh
oh, she left me.
yeah, I guess yeah, that works. What are you planning to
Mhm.
do? Oh, this is so funny. This is what I was just talking about. What are you planning to do about the marriage once you've gotten what you need out of it? Does your partner know, and have you even talked about it? That's such a good question.
Well, maybe I
Yeah.
would sort of tell my partner, but maybe I wouldn't be super detailed about it because I would be scared that she's gonna try to con me.
Yeah. Makes
Uh,
sense.
and then she doesn't really care if she stays married or not when she gets the money.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
think I don't think I've even really talked about this directly with
Mm-hmm.
you, but I think I've just my plan is I'm going to skip town. And I think I am kind of justifying it to myself by being like, well, I'm sure she knows because I always do that. And I've told her about the other places I've left where I just skip town at this time. But I don't think I've
Yeah.
directly told you, like,
Yeah.
and on this specific date I'm leaving. So we haven't talked about it that much, it sounds like.
Surprise!
Yeah, we've just kind of been like, oh, whatever. Um, and then our final question for the partnership section is, what are the stakes? What happens if we fail? What happens if we succeed? And what happens if we fall in love? So, yeah, what are the stakes
Oh boy.
for Nina?
Okay, if I fail, then I won't get my money, and the loan sharks will kill me.
Dreamy, you are so good at making like big choices, which is so good. Like, I love that you're just like, this is so dire.
Yeah.
If we mess up, your character will die.
Yep.
Great.
So that's if we fail. If we succeed, then I get my money, and the loan sharks won't kill me.
Okay, that's good. And you'll
Uh,
get to spend the rest of your life gambling.
that's true. Until
Mhm.
it runs out, and then I will have to deal with the loan sharks again potentially.
Yeah. Yeah. What happens if you fall in
um,
love?
if I fall in love, then uh, I don't know. Maybe if they fall in love, Harriet can convince Nina to give up her gambling ways, and they can live a life of luxury together where they don't have to fear loan sharks or Nina losing all their money.
Yeah. I love that.
Mhm.
So what happens to me if I fail? I imagine I mean I'll be run out of town. Um
Mhm.
I think in the Music Man they talk about if he fails he'll be tarred and feathered, which is like so
I love
crazy.
to see that.
Yeah, so maybe I'll be tarred and feathered if I fail. Um, if I succeed, I think the windfall is not as great for me. I think this is a big score. Like it's like there's a lot
Okay.
of like rich people here. Um, but I think if I succeed, it's not going to change my life that much. But I think I do kind of
Mhm.
live very like scheme to scheme. I think I don't have a lot of money left over from like the last place that I left.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. Which is kind of funny. My scheme kind of doesn't make sense because I am still putting in all these hours of fake teaching people.
Yep.
Like I'm almost it would almost be easier for me to
You're
just
just
have an actual
working.
yeah, I
Yeah.
should just have an actual job. But yeah, so I think it's not the most well thought out idea. Um if I fall in love, I think that's the worst of all because I think if I fall in love, I'll have
Yeah.
to either deny that and leave anyway, which would suck, or I'll have to figure out how to stay in one place because I think I'm assuming
Ooh.
that Nina would want to stay here, like wouldn't want to keep like constantly moving. And so it would be like I would have to face the consequences of my actions or have a broken heart. So
Yeah, I have a nice house, so
yeah, I'm like Nina would never want to leave her house. Her house is so
yep.
nice. She wouldn't want to move to a different town.
It's
Um
true.
yeah, so any of that kind of stuff we can take notes on if we'd like to try to like
Mhm.
remember. I didn't, but we, if we want to write any of that stuff down so we remember our characters' motivations, that kind of stuff, we can. This next part we are explicitly not supposed to write down because the next part we are building the falsehoods of the marriage. So
Oh
if we
God.
forget
Okay.
these, then
Yeah.
it's like funny because our characters forgot them. So this is what we're going to be telling everyone. How did we meet?
Uh, this is the fake story
This is the fake story. Yeah, this
of
is
how we
what we
met.
tell people
Mhm.
how we met and ended up getting married.
Um, let me think. How do I want us to have met?
Could it?
You ca- you came into
Oh, go ahead.
town, and I noticed you were a new person,
Uh huh.
and you caught my eye right away, so I approached you.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
maybe could we add something where it's like um we were like at an event or something and you noticed how like good my manners were, or like I was a great dancer or something like that. Like we met at like a
Yeah.
ball and it's like, oh, I noticed that Harriet was such a great dancer and she like knew all of
Oh,
like
I
the
noticed this
party
sexy
stuff. Yeah.
dancer on this pole. Let me go talk to her.
Not that's not respectable. That's so funny. She's a go-go dancer. Um, no, I think like like in Regency
Mhm.
society where they do the little dances that I was good at it. Because I
Yes.
think actually Harriet's not good at dancing, so I think that'll be something notable. Um, how and why did we fall in love?
How did we fall in love?
Yeah.
Uh, you saw my ginormous bazongas and you couldn't take your eyes off of them.
That's what we tell people. When someone is like, "Oh, how did the two of you meet?" I say, "Oh, I just saw her giant bazongas."
Yes.
It has to have been a whirlwind romance, I think, because it sounds like we
Mhm.
met in this town that we're currently in.
Yes.
So it would have to have been like, oh yeah, we like got married really fast. Um, yeah, I guess that answers that question.
Mhm.
What are our shared plans for the future?
We plan on settling down and adopting some kids.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm like, oh yeah, I want to like build a school here. Like I want to build a charm
Mhm.
school that people can come and
Mhm.
learn how to be proper at. Perfect. That's everything that we have to do to set up the
Mhm.
story. I feel like we're doing like kind of classic Regency kind of vibe. Is there anything that we want that's apart from like standard like Regency vibes?
Yes, I want us to have met at a derby event.
Oh, okay,
That's
cool.
with horses, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Horses, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe this is like US. Maybe this is an
Mhm.
alternate history US where there's more
Yeah.
like court kind of stuff and like minor royalty. This is the United States that lost the Revolutionary War.
Yep.
So
That's us.
and then we don't have to do British accents, so that
Mhm.
that works.
It
I
all works
also
out in the end, guys.
Yeah, I also think I like to do Regency stuff where there's not like people aren't gonna be like, you're two women, you can't be married. So I think like all that kind of stuff we're not gonna deal with. Like we're not gonna have people be like
Yeah.
homophobic and stuff. Um but yeah, I like that. I like that this is this is still the United States, but it's just an alternate history. That's fun. Okay. Play resolves around, or sorry, revolves. Play revolves around our appearances together at society events, beginning with our debut as a newly married couple. Start with setting the scenes and introductions, who's there, what's going on at tonight's festivities, and how it aligns with your plot. To progress
Mhm.
the evening, you'll take turns pulling from a deck of playing cards. We'll each take turns. There is a way to play this with 4 players, by the way, so people watching, that
Mhm.
you can play it with like 2 couples that are competing against each other, which is fun. And then basically whatever cards we pull, that'll determine card prompts. And a shout out to Bye Mermaid in chat for saying, fun fact, I am real married to a woman as a woman. We love to see it.
Ooh, let's go.
Or are you fake married and this is part of your plot
Yeah,
to go into
we don't know if
Twitch
you're real married or
chats?
fake married, I guess.
That would be the long con. So yeah, what do you think is this first event that we're at? That we're like as a married couple?
I think it is thrown by my grandmother in celebration of our
Mm,
marriage.
great, I love it. Almost like I imagine like our stories that we like eloped, so
Yeah.
like we went off somewhere and had like a private ceremony.
Yeah.
Because obviously we didn't have a ceremony at all. And so this is kind of like the like wedding reception, but it's like maybe a few weeks later. Who important is here? Obviously, your grandmother is here.
Uh, she probably invited every rich person in the area. So whether that be other people who are nouveau riche or maybe some members of the patronage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, maybe there's like uh maybe there's like I don't know what the maybe like a duke or something who's here
Yeah,
that's like friends with your grandma who's maybe a little bit younger and maybe the duke is throwing some kind of party later in the season and so it's like that's like the person the way that it's going to advance our plot for
yeah.
my plot at least is that then I can be like oh you want to make sure you're ready for this duke's whatever kind of party. I don't know. Ball. I guess people just threw balls, so that's fine.
Hmm, hmm.
um. Okay. What do you think the decorations are like?
Very floral.
Hmm. Is this maybe like
Um,
spring as the time of year?
yes, yeah. We'll say it's spring.
Yeah.
Very floral and gaudy because we're new rich people. We're not old money. So it's
Yeah.
an
There's.
incredible it's maybe a little bit jarring to the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of
Lots
like
of like
the.
gold paint.
Yeah, like kind of like the Featheringtons in Bridgerton, where they're like
Yeah.
very bright colors that kind of clash sometimes. I really
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Okay. So, do you want to pull a card first, or do you want me to pull a card first?
Oh, okay, I'll pull a card.
Oh, we also need to roll a d6 to see what, because you tipped $2.
Oh, okay, okay. You want to roll it?
Yeah, I'll roll it
Okay.
while you pull the card.
Okay, and then I just pull from the right? Okay.
The other one actually. Sorry, I didn't explain this to you. So some of the cards are
Uh-huh.
marriage trials.
Uh-huh.
And those cards you have 1 through 12.
Oh, okay.
So that the marital trial cards are 1 through 12. The 52 card deck is the shorter one that you'll pull from.
Okay, so I use the left one.
Yes, yeah, the left one.
Okay.
Ooh, I think that's immediately a marital trial.
Oh my gosh, Queen of Spades. Let me just check. Just draw marital trial. Oh gosh. Do I go ahead and draw it now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
5 of hearts.
Ooh, okay.
I rolled a d6, by the way, and it added to our plot. So already our plot is going well.
Ooh, okay, nice, nice. Okay, marital trials. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling to it.
It is like kind of down at the very bottom. What
Okay,
did you
wait, I
get?
do see
5?
marital trials.
It's on page 14.
Ooh,
Oh my
okay.
gosh, this one is so crazy to get immediately.
Okay, so it's number 5. Your ex is here?
And it's your ex because you drew the card.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Okay.
actually, no. Sorry, we roll dice, and whoever has a lower roll, just let their ex walk in. So I'll
Okay.
roll the 6, and got a 2.
Okay.
If you just click on it, I think it rolls. Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
so it is actually my ex. Oh my god.
Thank
Uh,
God.
okay. Um. Oh, I will read this because it's very funny. If you roll doubles, you've both dated them. How, why, and what happened, but we didn't roll doubles, so we don't have to worry
Oh, that
about
would have
that.
been so good.
Okay, why aren't you together anymore? Why the hell are they walking over here? This has to be the last person that I swindled. I have to have done this exact same thing to a different woman. That like I was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, let's just pretend to be married, and then but like she fell in love with me, but I left. I feel like that has to
Ooh.
be what it is.
OMG. Okay.
So then I think we add the number of our dice together, which is 6, and then you
Yeah.
can read since you drew the card. You can read the what happens on a 2 to 7.
Oh my gosh, there's some kind of absolute meltdown. Describe it. -2 plot, and in the end decide to either take a -2 affection or a +2
Oh
suspicion.
my gosh.
Oh my, our plot is already dookie? Thank God I donated the $2.
Okay, so there is something that happens if you get into negatives of a certain thing, which we actually will for plot and possibly for
Oh my
affection.
gosh. Okay.
Okay, so
It's affection or suspicion, so we can choose.
yeah, we get to choose. Okay,
Yeah.
so you drew the card. So what do you, I'll let you describe what you think happens of this woman coming over. Like, what does she look
Mhm.
like? What is she acting like? What's
Mhm.
the vibe?
So I am there at this party that my grandmother threw for us, and I'm looking beautiful with my hair up and my bosoms out. And as the party is getting started, we hear this the loud stomping of another big bosomed woman coming over.
So I have a type.
Yes, you have a type. And her chest is heaving and her face is red and her hair is like coming out of the updo because she's like looking really crazy,
Oh
and she's holding a
no.
glass of wine that she throws on you.
I go like and look around and I say, "I'm sorry. Who are you? I this is my you're at my wedding reception. What on earth could be happening right now?"
How could you forget me, Harriet? Did you tell her your name was Harriet?
Yes, I think I always use the same name
Okay.
inexplicably.
Yeah. So she says
uh
that.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Could someone take this woman away? I don't know. Oh, I think I like turn to I turn to Nina. I almost said Neva.
Huh?
I turn to Nina and I say like, "This is. I'm sorry. So a woman who thought that we had something in the past. It's just I don't. And could is there
We
anyone
were
here who could?
engaged to be married.
Oh, I think that was kind of in your perception of what happened, but I'm a married woman. I'm a happily married woman, and what we had was years ago, and also we didn't have anything."
And as you're saying this, she gets redder and redder, and she is looks like she's about to strangle you.
Roll initiative. I think I get behind. Oh, we have to have a cake. We have to have a big wedding cake. And so I
Yeah.
kind of like position myself behind this tall, towering wedding cake that hasn't even been cut yet. And I'm just calling out for like, is there anyone here who could escort this woman from the property? And I'm like trying to me and this other woman are like going around the cake like
Yeah.
from side to
She's
side.
storming after you around the cake.
And I'm just like desperately checking to see if there's anyone who can help me.
And everyone's
Um,
just watching away.
Damn. I feel like this has to end with her knocking the cake over.
Yeah. She's gonna be so pissed she's gonna try to push it onto you.
I think she does. I think I get covered in cake. And just like this huge cake just like like all over me.
Yep.
And before somebody finally shows up to kind of like escort her out of the event. And
Yeah.
I'm just covered in cake.
Oh my goodness, says my grandmother. As she puts a hand over her frail old woman heart.
I, I try to rush over to her to make sure she's okay, but I'm so covered in cake I like slip and fall on the ground.
And she faints
Oh no, we both faint.
from the scene. From the scene.
I don't think I faint, but I think I do hit my head on the ground really hard. It's pretty
And
embarrassing.
Nina's just kind of standing over by the refreshments table, just kind of like watching, eating some of the hors d'oeuvres, you know?
Just
She's like,
not.
oh, wow.
Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Do you think that because I feel like this is up to you whether you think it takes adds to the suspicion or takes away, was it affection?
Yeah, I think
Um
it would add to the suspicion.
Okay, so you're not less attracted to me, even though I'm covered in cake and hit my head on
Yeah.
the ground.
I mean, it's just
Okay.
really entertaining for Nina.
Okay, cool. That's good. All right. So we add +2 to suspicion, and then we take one away from plot. But when we hit negatives into plot, it gives positives into a different track. Let me check which track it is.
Oh my gosh, did we roll a d20 and we got a 2 and a 4?
No, they're D8s.
Oh, it's a d8. Okay. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
makes it a little bit better.
I was about to be like, oh my god.
We rolled so bad. Okay. Negative plot becomes plus affection. So somehow
Ooh.
through all of that, it added +1 to affection.
Okay.
I think maybe for Harriet, it is kind of endearing that you were just kind of thinking it's funny that this is like happening. Like you weren't
Yeah.
like adding fuel to the flames. I think it's kind of like, okay, well, I really like that she just kind of sat back and watched what was happening.
Oh, okay. Well, for Nina, I think she just realized that she likes seeing people covered in cake.
I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me. Cool. I think then I draw a card. So this is another marital trial. Because all
Oh
the
my
face cards are
god.
marital trials. So we're just going from marital trial to marital trial. Okay. So I think I just immediately, I don't think it matters the suit. I think I just draw another card.
Okay.
So 6. Let me scroll all the way back down. I cannot believe we just got 2 face cards back to back.
Oh no, my gown.
Oh no, what is this one? Someone's trodden on the train of your dress or spilled champagne. We're both gonna be, either I'm gonna be very messy or we're both gonna be pretty messy.
Oh my gosh. I hope
spill
it's
champ-
Harriet. Hate to say.
That makes sense. I was like, I'll play this really suave character, and then the very first prompt, I'm like, I'm covered in cake.
Yeah. And it awoken something in Nina.
Yeah, Nina was into it. Someone's trodden on the train of your dress or spilled champagne all down your jacket front or severely jostled your wig. Luckily, this is firmly in the realm of problems to be solved by your devoted spouse. Each partner should roll a d8. The one with the lower roll is the one impacted with a wardrobe malfunction, and the one with the higher roll has to fix it. So let's roll that first.
Okay.
Okay,
Ooh.
I got a 2
Oh,
again.
Yay! Oh my god, I'm not a mess. Yay!
It's me again.
Also, I would also like to point out someone did pour wine on you.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had wine spilled on me, cake pushed on me, and now whatever this is. Okay, so this is this is a 5 total, which is the middle result again. It's just too awkward to fiddle with each other's clothes like this. You can't bring yourselves to do it. What part of your outfit looks like shit now, and how is it going to distract you all evening? We're gonna immediately get caught. Because this is +2 to suspicion and -2 to plot. Oh, plot goes to affection. Okay, so or negative plot goes to affection. I keep thinking negative plot goes to suspicion.
Wait, how many suspicion are we allowed?
10. If any of these get to 10, then we're at a boiling point. So we're at 4 suspicion.
Oh my god, we suck.
3 affection now. So all we're doing is getting more and more suspicious. Okay.
And also falling more and more in love.
And falling more and more in love. All right. So again, this happened to me. I don't think I even figured out what I was wearing. What am I wearing, I wonder? I feel like maybe, I don't think it's a suit, but I think it is like kind of a more, I don't even know what article of clothing this would be. I guess maybe it's like a dress, but there's like a jacket to it. So it's kind of like a more slim skirt to it and then like a jacket. I don't know what that would be, but and so what happens to me? So it's not trodden on the train of my dress. I've already had wine spilled on me.
That's true.
What could this even be?
How do you become more of a mess?
How do I become more of a mess?
As you're trying to get up after slipping in the cake, you fall into the punch bowl.
It can't be that I just keep falling into things. um, maybe.
Someone else slips in the cake and they're holding a full
Yes, yes,
platter of
yes.
food.
Okay, yeah. Let's
They're
do that.
holding a
Let's do
large
that.
platter of mashed potatoes.
Yeah, so it's impossible to tell what of the stuff on me is cake and what is mashed potatoes because they're both kind of the same color.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get up, and do you come over to help me?
Yes, I'm coming over like, oh no, darling, what happened? With like a
Like,
large smile on her face.
just as I get up, this like server like walks by, slips on the cake, and like the bowl of mashed potatoes goes up into the sky, comes down. I'm covered in mashed potatoes,
Yep.
and I'm just kind of standing there. I have my like shoulders are like kind of like I'm just like very uncomfortable, obviously, because I'm covered in. I'm just covered in
Just so
so
much
many
food.
things, and I say, "Do can help? Can you help me?"
I'm going to gingerly reach into my purse for a handkerchief and I like very lukewarmly hand it to you.
I take it and like wipe my face off so my face is
Mhm.
clean, but I'm still just covered in like my clothes are just covered
And
in
I'm like,
stuff.
"Oh no, darling, we must get you out of these clothes." And she's saying it exactly like this, by the way, just like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, darling, we must get you out of these clothes."
I didn't bring anything to change into. I didn't really think this was gonna happen.
I'm I'm sure you can borrow something of my grandmother's. I think you're the same size.
I like look over at your short little grandmother. I
Yeah.
say, "Oh, okay."
She was fainted.
Yeah, other people are like helping her.
Yeah.
Um, and I think I try to be suave, and I say like, "Well, would you like
Mhm.
to accompany me to the changing room and help me get changed?"
Oh, yes, I would like nothing more.
Cool. So yeah, we go off to find
Uh-huh.
some clothes and change.
Yeah.
I think the outfit from your grandma is too short. It's not like too small overall, but like the
Uh-huh.
sleeves are too short and like the skirt is a little bit too short.
Yeah.
Um and it's
And it's
like
very out of style.
it's very out of style.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's just like maybe a dark blue kind of like very like you know I don't think Harriet normally dresses like super like, sexy, but this is like very modest.
Yeah.
More modest than how Harriet normally dresses.
Yeah.
Um and just looks like very uncomfortable, and I think we'll say like while we're alone, we'll say um I I think it might be time to cut our losses. I don't know if I can recover from this. No, I don't think anyone's going to want me to teach their, you know, family members or their single children about courtly manners when everyone's going to know me as the woman whose ex showed up to her reception. She got a cake shoved on her and then mashed potatoes
But
dropped on her.
but Harriet, none of that was your fault. It was due to the circumstance of the people around you. What will really get them to want to hire you is if you come out of the situation with grace and dignity.
That's true. I guess if I can make a comeback from this,
Yeah.
then people will really think that I must be good at what I do.
Yes, exactly. Plus, we need little Harriets and Ninas running around.
I look away. I can't let her know that I don't plan on sticking around and adopting children.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's your turn to draw a card then. So you get to draw the card prompt
Okay.
cards.
Dude, we have another marriage trial.
This cannot be possible. And they're even shuffled because they're different suits.
Okay, 12. Let me see. Dude, our marriage is. Oh shit. Okay, it's if you can't say anything nice.
Oh my gosh.
The rumor mill is churning and your ass is flour. Come up with a scandal from each partner's past, unrelated to the fake marriage. Then each partner should roll a d8. The one who rolls lower starts to hear whispers about their secret. If you roll double, rumors about both scandals are beginning to
Oh
creep through
my
the party.
god. We
We're,
only
we suck.
only bad things are happening. Okay, so
Yeah.
before we roll the dice, we'll come up with our rumors. Do you have an idea of
Okay.
what your rumor could be?
My rumor is that I like to drink too much and party too much, and
Mhm.
and I was found shit faced in the back halls of the casino.
Oh my god. Okay, my rumor. I feel like it should be different. I mean, obviously my ex was just here. I'm trying to decide if it should be different than that. Maybe it kind of advancing that where it's I have a string of ex lovers and maybe I'm still
Okay.
married to someone else.
Yeah.
So okay, so we'll each roll and whoever rolls low. Oh my god.
Oh,
We
no,
Okay.
is this gonna be the shortest game ever? Because we're actually at 8 suspicion after this.
Yeah, I will. It's 10 that we have to get to. So,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, because we're only we're only getting marital trials.
Oh my
Um.
god.
Okay, so this means that both
Mhm.
rumors about both scandals are beginning to creep through the party, and oh my gosh, you panic. So I think this is since you drew the card. I think this is you.
Okay.
You panic, set a stopwatch for 60 seconds, which I do have a stopwatch on this thing, so I can start that whenever.
Okay.
And deliver an impassioned speech on why everyone here is a dirty, filthy liar without stopping. If you repeat
Okay.
yourself more than twice, say something obviously incriminating or Oh, if you repeat yourself more than twice, say something obviously incriminating or make another player laugh, +4 suspicion, -2 plot. Okay, I will try really hard not to laugh because I am an easy laugh.
Okay.
Um, okay, let me know when you want me to start the timer.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, it is starting now.
How dare these vile rumors start right after my amazing nuptials? Someone out there must be incredibly jealous of my new marriage with my hot wife, and they're just trying to ruin my reputation and give my poor grandmother a heart attack. Oh god, this is so freaking hard. Uh, y- you, whoever made up this rumor must be some enemy who has it in for me. I've never done anything wrong. As you guys know, I may love a good party, but I've never been found in the back rooms of a casino. I've only ever been in the front halls of the casino as a patron and not as a drunk passed out on the floor. I've only ever slept on the nicest feather beds, so even if I was to pass out, I wouldn't be able to pass out on the floor anyways. I would need a nice feather mattress.
Okay, you, you did it, and I didn't laugh
Yeah.
during it, which was very difficult. I don't think you repeated to yourself. I don't think you said anything obviously incriminating, and I stopped myself from laughing. So I actually think that
Mhm.
was fine. Should I also have to do this?
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't say that both of us do it, but
It doesn't say that both of us do it. It just
we
says
did
that
roll doubles.
we did roll double. So I'll leave it
Okay.
up to you if you want me to also have to do it, then I'll
Okay,
do
wait,
it.
wait. I will say if we successfully get through this, then we don't add the +4 -2, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think you should do it, and I'm going to try
Okay.
not to laugh.
Okay. So
Mhm.
my rumor is that I'm actually married to someone else still, and
Yeah.
that I have like a string of ex-lovers. Okay. Melanie just said I'm so worried. All right. Am I really being blamed during my own wedding reception for being charismatic, charming, for being friendly to women? Is that really what we're doing here? There have been women in my past, of course. I not this isn't my wife isn't the first woman that I've ever been involved with, but I've never been married before, and I will never be married again. This is my true love, and everyone here is simply conspiring against me because everyone here is so jealous that I've taken my beautiful wife off the market. And so people want to prey on my downfall. But that's not going to be happening today because I am the most proper person in all of society. I would never allow my reputation to be tarnished in this way. And simply, the people who have something against me are fools and trolls and haters. And that's what I have to say about that.
All
And
right.
that
I
was
don't think
1
you
minute.
repeated yourself.
I don't think I did either. And you didn't laugh, and I didn't say anything incriminating.
That's true. Oh my god, I think we're
Melanie,
saved. Oh
I
my
think we're
gosh.
saved. Melanie said my beautiful round wife, my perfect ball of a wife.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, we're saved. It was genuinely really hard for me not to laugh at yours.
I was just
Okay.
making so much shit up. I was like, dude, I don't know what to say.
When you said I sleep on a mattress. I
Yeah,
can only
I
fall
sleep
asleep
on
on
an
the finest.
expensive feather mattress. I can't sleep on the floor. So it's a lie. It's a dirty lie.
Cool. Well, we got the attention off of us. I get to pick a card.
Okay.
If it's another marital if it's another marital trial, I don't know what I'll do. Okay, it's not. Our first just regular prompt card. I am
Okay.
gonna move our affection up though because I think your speech Harriet was very impressed by because I think Harriet was a little worried because she's used to being
Yeah.
kind of a flim flammer and
Uh-huh.
was worried that Neena might, choke, but didn't. Okay, 6 of Hearts is okay, just a normal prompt. What do you notice about your spouse's carriage in public that is completely different from when the two of you are alone? A new hand gesture, nervous vibrato in the voice, a cruel glint of their eyes. Do you think it's more or less real than the version you know? Ooh, okay. I feel like
Mhm.
that ties in with what
Mhm.
just happened and like seeing how you're like presenting yourself. And
Mhm.
I think when it's been just the two of us, you've been very um very kind, I think, and like kind of sweet. Even though
Mhm.
we're planning this thing and like when we were in private, you were like, "No, this is like your chance to like prove to prove how like good you are at this kind of thing." But I think at the party, when you're interacting with other people, I notice that you are like very shrewd
Mhm.
and maybe you play some cards at the like not like something like super crazy, but like there's like some
Yeah.
bridge or something like that. And I noticed that you're like kind of a card shark. And I'm like, I think I might be in over my head here because I actually don't think I'm going to be able to scam you because I don't think you're
Mhm.
going to be that easily scammed. I think I misjudged
Mhm.
you. Um but that's the whole prompt. We don't automatically have to add anything.
Oh, okay.
So you can draw a card. Our
Whew,
plot is at
okay, let's
0.
go. Oh, a 10. 10 of diamonds.
Okay.
Thank goodness. Okay, I got it. Everyone's talking about you. Which means everyone wants to talk to you. This much attention is dangerous, but also offers opportunities and footholds. How are you taking advantage? How are you being more careful?
Ooh. And our plot goes up to 1 and
Mhm.
our suspicion goes up to 5.
I am taking the opportunity by flaunting myself in the attention. I relish in the attention.
Mhm.
She has her bosoms forward and her
Booty
fan
out.
yeah, and her fan strategically fanning towards the bosom. You know?
Yeah. So you're looking
But
for your next spouse.
not necessarily, but she just wants to be like, I'm hot stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I will say, with all the talk, I think that it is like fortifying that it's quote unquote real. So, like, to her
Mhm.
grandma, she's like, oh my goodness, everyone is talking about my wonderful wedding with my wonderful wife. It seems like I've really settled down well, don't you think so, Grandma?
I'm a little suspicious if you're not worried at all that your wife's apparently ex-lover came bursting through the doors and destroyed your wedding cake. You're not concerned with that?
I can't help it that my wife is so charming that she still has people hung up on her, Grandma. I'm the one who bagged the fish.
You're not worried that maybe you too will be released back into the sea? I guess you said that she was the fish, but maybe you're the fish, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I mean, she can try, but if it ends, I mean, I guess I'll just have to graciously accept it. But I don't think I see that happening, Grandma. We're very deeply in love. We're already talking about all the children we want to have.
Ooh, the children. I like the sound of that.
Yes, I
Be
I
nice
would
to have
love
some
for you.
great grandchildren running around.
Yes, I'd love for you to see your grandchildren and see how loving we are to each other. And
I
we've
only
we've
have
had
so much time left.
we've been so loving towards each other that people are talking about it actually.
Yes, well, be careful. You don't want to be too scandalous, even though you're married now, you know. There's some things are best left in private.
Oh, don't worry, Grandma. There's a lot of things in private that people don't know about.
Good. I love that.
Yep.
Okay, I guess I get to draw a card. And it is the 7 of diamonds. Oh, you get into a spat with each other. What is it about? Where do you go to try to keep it private? How long does it take to smooth it over? -1 to plot. So our plot is back to 0.
Our plot is dookie. Oh my god.
Our plot is we can't do it. Okay, what is our spat about? Um
I want to adopt a kid right away.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe you're like talking to someone
Mhm.
who like has an adoption like agency, and you're like, let's go
Mhm.
tomorrow to like go like
Yeah.
talk to some kids. Yeah, I like that. So I like I'm with you in this conversation, and you're like
Mhm.
talking about like wanting to go visit some kids tomorrow, and I'm like, my darling wife, do you think we could speak privately for a moment?
Why, of course. Anything for my beautiful wife.
And I kind of pull you aside, and maybe to like a bedroom or something like that. And I say, I know that we both have our desires that we're working towards, but I just I don't think it would be right for us to adopt so quickly.
Darling, it's fine. I'm just going to ship the child off to boarding school as soon as possible, anyways.
But I'm still going to be. I mean, I'm still going to have some legal, repercussions with that. With our marriage, of course, we didn't sign anything. There's no. But a child is a different matter.
Well, I need this child in order to convince my grandma that it's real.
But yes, but not. You don't need a child tomorrow. I think we could have some time, of course, to just enjoy our marriage.
The sooner the better. I don't know when my grandma's gonna kick the bucket.
Well, but isn't that, I mean, isn't that what you want?
I in order for me to be put into the will, she has to see that that she has a grandkid.
Okay, well, maybe we could find a child actor that could be that we could pretend to be our adopted child. We don't have to
Do you
actually
know
adopt
any
a child.
good orphan child actors? They don't
Well,
exist.
they don't have to be an orphan. It doesn't have to be an orphan. It could be that part of what they'd be acting. They could have parents.
Whose parents would be okay with this?
I don't know. There's lots of horrible parents in the world. I think it would be much better to hire a child actor with parents and have them pretend to be, we adopt them, and, then
What happens? What happens when it comes out that it's just a child actor, huh, Harriet?
I don't think that would have to come out. I mean, what? You know I'm going to leave, right? That's going to come out.
And so is our child.
And so then should it matter if they're an actor or not?
Oh, Harriet, you just don't understand. My grandma's going to want to see all the paperwork. Do you need good forgers?
Oh, I know a dozen good forgers. I could get a forgery in, the next day or two.
Well, if you're so insistent on hiring a child actor, then I leave it all in your hands.
All right, my dear. I'm happy to get us a child. I think our voices were raised enough in that maybe some of the staff could have overheard some of it.
Yeah.
Perez saying you could buy children in bulk at the local orphanage. We don't want to buy them. We want to have a child actor that there's no there's no paper trail.
It's a child actor, guys.
We need to find a child actor so we don't have to actually adopt them. That's your turn, I think, to pull a card.
Okay. Okay, 2 of hearts. Let me see.
2 of hearts. 2
Pick
hearts
something about your
that
spouse's
beat as
appearance.
one.
Mention it thoughtlessly. Okay.
Is it? I'm worried if this is going to be positive or negative.
Okay, so maybe we're at dinner one day with my grandma.
Okay, so the party's over. We've moved on to a new location.
Yeah. It's like another
Cool.
day, you know.
Yeah.
And we're having dinner and we're just talking a bit about each other. And Neena says, oh, darling, why is your brow so furrowed?
What? I was thinking. I don't know.
Oh, excuse me. That is completely my fault. I thought your brow was furrowed, but your hair is just pulled so tightly back that it's causing all these wrinkles on your forehead to appear.
I touch my forehead and I say,
Yeah.
oh, maybe if I were not so consumed with thoughts about finding an adequate child for our family, I wouldn't have quite so many wrinkles in my brow, darling.
Do you hear that, grandmother? She's so excited for us to adopt a child into our family.
The grandmother is just looking between us and nodding. Yeah. I feel like she can tell there's some tension, but she doesn't really understand what it is.
Yes.
And I say, yes, I'm sorry. Not all of us can have a perfectly unfurrowed, unbothered, untroubled brow. It is one of my many deficiencies, I suppose.
And it's one of the things I love about you. And she's going to bring her hand up to Harriet's forehead and pinch the little wrinkle, lovingly.
Is it actually lovingly, or is it part of the ruse?
Of course it's part of the ruse, but it's going to appear lovingly.
Yeah. I think that just affects the affection. Yeah. If Harriet can tell that it's not actual, then her affection won't go up. But yeah, it's just imagine just pinching someone's forehead lovingly.
Yeah.
All right, I'll draw a card. This is the 8 of Spades. Reveal something about yourself that will surprise your spouse. Something completely at odds with your public-facing persona. Something dare we say Gap Mo. I don't know what that means. I don't
Gab
know.
Moe. It's like an
Oh, Moe.
anime
Okay.
thing.
Oh, what is
I'm
it?
pretty sure it's like something. Okay, so like if you have a character that's like really mean, right? And they do something
Hmm.
like really cute and like affectionate towards you. So it's like
Oh,
very
okay,
like
okay, okay.
opposite from their like personality, like how they've been
Okay.
acting.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Reveal something about yourself that will surprise your spouse. Okay, so I think we're at our house.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, and I think what it is you see like you hear music playing
Mhm.
somewhere in the house and you kind of go to look and see what's happening. And you kind of like the door is a little bit open. I think it's closed, but it's not actually closed. And so you peek through the door and you can see that I have music playing and I'm actually like really trying to like learn how to dance, to like teach myself how to dance, and I'm
Uh-huh.
not good at it at all. Like I've presented myself as very suave. I've probably told you that I can dance really well, but we haven't
Yeah.
like actually had a dance before.
Yeah.
And I'm very bumbling, which I feel like maybe doesn't go that much against my public facing persona because I did have
Yeah,
a cake
after the
fall on
cake
me.
situation and the mashed potato situation.
Okay, so maybe I'm good at dancing. Maybe I've told you I'm bad at dancing, but I'm actually kind of good. Like
Okay.
I've been working on it. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm good at
Okay.
something.
I'm like, ooh la la.
Does that increase your affection?
Yes, it would increase my affection.
All right, our affection's at 5. Affection 5, suspicion 5, plot 0. So kind of, just exactly where we want to be. And then you get to draw a card.
Okay. Ooh, an 8 of diamonds. Okay. Which eye roll inducing personality trait of your spouse is actually starting to come off as kind of hot now that you really think about it?
Oh my gosh.
Um, I think that something that Nina noticed that Harriet does a lot is she tightly grips her fists a lot because I don't know, probably because like Nina's so like
Because I'm so
infuriating or
I'm
whatever.
so angry all the time.
Yes, yes. And
I
at
thought
first,
I
Nina, yeah,
was Go ahead,
yeah.
sorry.
I was gonna say, at first, Nina was like, "Oh God, can she just like chill?" And now she's like, "Ooh, I wonder how tightly those hands can squeeze me,
I love
my
that so
round
much.
body."
My round of bosoms. I
Yes.
I was going for a female Harold Hill, but I think I did go for a female Anthony Bridgerton. I think I am just an insane person.
Yes. After the cake and mashed potato situation.
Yeah. Sometimes the cards have their own story to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get like a Mr. Darcy squeezing his hair, like flexing his hand, like close up of
Yeah.
Harriet, like squeezing the banister or something when we're like
Yes.
we're like talking to your grandma.
Mhm.
Does that increase your affection?
Yes, I think it's sexy.
Okay. We're at we're at 6 affection now. Let me draw a card. And it's the 2 of
Spades?
spades. I always
Yeah,
get
or is this a
spades and
club?
clubs mixed up. No, it's spades.
I okay.
I we both always get them mixed up. What do you think about what your spouse does for a living? Would you normally see yourself with someone like that? That's really interesting. I think because I'm gonna interpret this as the
Mhm.
gambling because that's really I think the only thing that could be said that you do for a living.
Yeah.
Um, and I really don't like it because, and I think that's why I didn't realize how shrewd you could be because
Yeah.
I think I assume that people who are gamblers, especially to the degree that you are like patsies or like marks, that they're kind of like bumbling through life and being taken advantage of. And that's the type of person that I normally take advantage of. So I don't
Yeah.
really find that attractive. Like, I don't really want to be with someone who I think could be easily scammed. Um,
Mhm.
So I don't think I would normally see myself with someone like you. And I think that's why I picked you as like that's why I seemed so desperate when we met.
Yeah, that was my only requirement.
Yeah. Because I was like, this person is an easy mark, and then it turns out you're maybe not that easy of a mark. That is your turn to draw a card.
Okay. Oh, a
Okay,
queen. It's a marriage trial.
this could be it for us.
Okay,
Um,
4. Let me
oh
see.
my
I'm
gosh,
scrolling.
this is so perfect.
Okay, 4. Dancing, obviously.
Yeah.
What's a social event without a turn around the ballroom? Play rock, paper, scissors against each other 8 times and count the number of times you play the same move. With 4 players,
We'll
the
have to
other
do the
pair.
honor
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, the rest is 4 players, so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we're
yeah.
only playing 2. Okay, so we'll do rock, paper, scissors. You'll just have to say what you did
Okay.
because
Okay.
we can't see your hands.
I'm going to
Uh
close my eyes so that I can't see you, so then I don't am not
oh, yeah, don't have an
yeah,
advantage.
yeah.
Okay, so we'll
Okay, are
go
we
on
doing it
we'll
on
go on
shoot?
yeah, we'll go on shoot.
Okay.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay,
I
I did
got
scissors. Oh,
scissors.
you did
Oh,
scissors
we got the
too?
same. Okay, so that's
Okay.
one. All right.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I did paper. Okay, you did
Okay,
rock.
so yeah, we did get the same. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I did rock.
Oh, we got the same again. So it's
Okay.
2 times the same. That's the only thing we're keeping track of. Yeah, just the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
Okay, that was 3 times. Okay, this is
Yep.
4. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I did paper. Oh, you did
Okay, not
scissors.
the same. All right, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I did paper.
We got the same again. So that's
Okay.
3 out of 5 that we did the same. So we have
Okay.
3 more. Rock,
Okay.
paper, scissors, shoot.
I did scissors.
Oh yeah, I did
Ooh,
scissors
okay, let's
as
go.
well. So that's 4 times the same. Rock,
Okay.
paper, scissors, shoot.
I did rock. Oh, you
Okay,
did
not the
paper.
same. And then this is the last one. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I did rock. Okay, you
I
did
did
rock
rock
too.
too. Okay, that's crazy that we got the same so many times. So was that 5 times we got the same?
Yes, I think so.
Um, okay. Oh yeah, I'll let you read it because this is your card. I keep
Okay, you're
forgetting whose it
perfectly
is.
charming together. And you dance just enough to make sure everyone sees you enjoying yourselves. What do each of you think while you dance instead of thinking about your hands on each other's waists? -1 suspicion plus 3
Ooh.
plot. Oh, thank God we're actually doing stuff. Mhm.
People are believing us. Okay, so this is obviously not our dance. Like, this is not at our engagement or our wedding reception, basically.
Yeah.
So this is, I think, maybe the first time that we've got to go to an event where I can try to get some clients and you can like
Oh.
present yourself to everyone as like, we're married.
Yeah, I'm a
Um,
married woman.
yeah, and my dancing is surprisingly good, even though supposedly I'm not good at it. But it's
Yeah.
kind of confusing because I told you I'm not good at it. I tell
But I
everyone
saw
else
you
I'm really good
practicing.
at it. Yeah.
I saw you practicing, so I'm like not surprised.
Yeah. What are you thinking about while we dance instead of thinking about my hands and our hands on each other's waists?
Can I think about our bosoms touching?
That's so funny. Because it's like I'm not thinking about our hands on each other's waists. I'm thinking about our bosoms touching. Yeah, of course you can think about that. Does that make your
I'm
affection
just
go up?
thinking about ooh, would it go up? And I don't know if it would go up
It's just
necessarily
neutral.
because yeah, just I'm just enjoying the feeling of another pair of bosoms on mine. You
What's,
know?
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's an enjoyable feeling.
Yeah.
Everyone can agree. I think I'm so busy thinking about like making sure it looks good when I dance that
Mhm.
I'm not like I'm so in my body that I'm like kind of not in my body, if that makes sense. So I'm really not even thinking about the two of us dancing or touching or anything like that. I'm just thinking like, okay, if I mess up any part of this dance, people will know that I'm not good at teaching this stuff, and so I can't teach their, whoever they want to hire for.
Yeah.
So that's why the plot goes up and the suspicion goes down, because I'm like dancing well and not messing up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
It was so bad
Let's
at first, but
yeah. Let's actually I was not sure if we were going to end up taking a break because
our
because
game
we
was
were
going so poorly.
because the game was gonna end so quickly. But we're at an hour and a half in, so I think it's a good time for us to take like a quick break. We'll do like 5 minutes, something like that.
Okay.
While we are on break, you can see some more information about Dreamy, and then you can also see some of the other streams that I have coming up this month. So like I said, it'll say, I think, 15-minute timer on the screen, but it'll probably be more like 5 minutes.
Okay.
And we'll see you all in a little bit. Bye.
See you guys.
Felicitations, adventurers. We are back with the second half of Eyes on the Prize, our maybe ill-fated attempt at a fake marriage. It's hard to say. Things have been all over the place. But I'm here with Dreamy. Hopefully, while we were on break, you clicked links in chat and followed her other places because she's great. And also, while we're coming back from break, I'll say thank you to Silver Show 16, if that's how you say your name. Apologies if it's not. Thanks so much for the follow. Appreciate it.
Hi, Silver.
Yes, welcome, Silver, if you're still here. You followed a little while ago. Okay, so where we left off, I think it was my turn to draw the next card, the next prompt card. So I will go ahead and do that. It is the Four of Hearts. So I have to scroll. Oh, that's so funny. It's another dancing one. So this is like the same moment. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
While dancing, you catch a faint trace of the fragrance your spouse is wearing. What does it remind you of? Is that memory something they know about you? Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
Interesting. Okay. I feel like it would be a fragrance that's pretty sweet. And maybe like a little floral, maybe like a sweet pea or like something like that. That's like a little bit fruity, a little bit flowery.
Yeah.
And does this remind me of anything? What does it remind you of? Is that memory something they know about you? I feel like I want it to be something that adds to our affection. So I feel like I want it to be something positive. Maybe maybe I don't know if this I feel like this will come off as like weird. But the thing that I'm thinking of is I feel like it would be like kind of a very refined scent because you're like wealthier. So I think maybe it reminds me of like something in my childhood that maybe like someone that I thought was like successful, like maybe I don't even know what this person would be. Like I keep thinking like of a realtor for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe like some kind of like landowner or something. I don't know. I can't think of a specific thing. But like when I was younger, maybe I don't even know exactly what this person was. But someone came to our house and was like talking to my parents and had this scent that was very like refined. And I think nobody in our family like was wearing like fragrances because we weren't really like doing that well. And so I think this scent kind of reminds me of that and of this like success. And I think there's a part of me that's like, I could just settle down. Like this could just become a real marriage and I could have the kind of life that I wanted when I was a kid instead of having this life where I'm constantly like running from place to place. Like I could just be with someone who's successful and maybe I could fix her. Maybe I could keep you from gambling all the time.
Yeah, there's probably a lot wrong with Neena, you know.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna bring the affection up. I think there's like this idea that like maybe we could make something of this. And I don't think you know about the story. I don't think I've told you very much about like growing up. And I think it's also the kind of story that like I've forgotten about. Like I haven't really thought about like this person or this scent in forever.
Yeah.
Um, so that's your turn to draw a card.
Okay. A 5 of clubs. Let me see. Okay, it turns out the two of you do have at least one very stereotypical old married couple behavior. What is it, and why has it come out at this event?
Oh no. What is this behavior?
Maybe I drink too much and you nag me about drinking.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Oh, and it's -1 suspicion. So the suspicion actually I was like, why is this adding to our suspicion? Um yeah, so
Ooh.
you're like drinking too much and you're getting what do you think is your tell that you're like a little too tipsy?
I start very obviously eyeing the bosoms.
So you're like looking at other women and
Yeah.
I don't even think I'm jealous because like even though I have affection for you, I don't think I'm really acknowledging it that much. So
Yeah.
I'm not even really jealous. I'm just like people are gonna notice and realize that we're not married. And so
I have a wandering eye.
yeah, and so I think I like you like call for another drink maybe or something like that, and I
Uh-huh.
say, "Oh, my darling, maybe a glass of water would be good for you. It is getting late into the evening."
It's a party. Lay off.
It it is a party, but you know, there's always the walls have eyes and ears, my darling. So
And all they see is how beautiful I am. And she does like a little pose.
I think I like kind of like pull you in a little bit and like
Uh-huh.
get very close to your ear and I say,
Uh-huh.
"Yes, but remember the rumors about finding you passed out in the back rooms of the casino. We certainly wouldn't want something like that to start up again, would we?"
And her expression is very sour when you pull away. He's like, fine, whatever.
I like that. And definitely people notice the two, like the
Mhm.
little bickering about the alcohol, and they're like, oh, they're just like an old married couple. That's so funny. All right, I'll draw my card, which is a 3 of clubs. Oh my gosh, your spouse has a nickname that almost everyone close to them uses, but you're baffled the first time you hear it in conversation. What is it? Why didn't they tell you? +1 suspicion if the nickname you come up together with makes you laugh. Oh, +1
Okay.
suspicion baseline, and then if the nickname you come up with together makes you laugh, +1 affection. Okay, so
Okay.
I have no idea what this nickname could be. What do you think is the nickname for Nina?
Little pooter.
Okay, so the affection does go up because that's our affection's at 8. Where what? I feel like I know why you didn't tell me because it's a weird nickname.
Yeah.
um, yeah. It doesn't even say that we have to come up with why why it is. So yeah, so we're at this like same event maybe
Yeah.
and like maybe we're like getting ready to go because I've like
Uh-huh.
convinced you to stop drinking. And someone someone maybe like one of your cousins or something comes up and is like, "Oh, looks like it's time for a little pooter to go to bed." I just look at him like, "What? Who are you
And I'm
talking
like, you
to?"
betcha.
I look at him, look at you. I say, "Little Pooter? People
Oh,
call
it's
you
a
Little.
nickname.
Why do they call you that?"
Oh, well, when I was a kid, I was just farting up a storm.
I don't know what I expected. Okay, honey, let's get home. I think you're gonna maybe have a little bit of a headache tomorrow, so best be on our way, Little Pooter.
Are you anti little pooter?
Is that Nina asking me or is that
Yes,
Dreamy
yes,
asking me?
yes. She's asking. She's asking.
Um, I thought no, I could. It's endearing.
She just nods her head.
Do you want to still be called Little Pooter?
I'm okay with little Pooter.
Okay, well, I suppose if I hear any strange noises in the night, now I'll know what they might be.
Oh yeah, you might want to wear a gas mask.
My affection goes down.
No.
You might want to wear a gas mask. Good.
I'm just funny, I promise.
That's your turn to draw a card. Little Pooter.
Okay. A two of diamonds. Okay. There's something about your spouse that really reminds you of someone you knew when you were younger. What is it?
Ooh.
Where is that old friend now? Uh Harriet is very cautious and it reminds Nina of the person who taught her how to play gin rummy.
Ooh.
Her good old
Yeah.
uncle Sagittarius.
I love a wife who reminds you of your uncle.
And Harriet's cautious nature is very much like Uncle Sagittarius's cautious nature. And now that Nina's thinking about it, she's like, "Oh, he was so cautious because he owed so much money and like people were after him."
Yeah. Where
So it
is he
all makes
now?
sense now. He's dead.
That's what happens. Did
Yeah.
he die because he was killed by loan sharks?
Well, we don't know. They never found his body.
So you just assumed that he's dead.
Yep.
A harrowing person to be reminded of for both of us, because you may die in the
Yeah.
same way. I may be tarred and feathered.
Yep.
All right. Let's pull the next one, which is a six of clubs, which is your spouse keeps doing something that's cracking you up. They don't think it's funny at all. What is it? Can you get them to understand why it's funny if you do your best impression of it? Oh, what is it that you do that is unintentionally funny? Um, hmm.
Mhm.
Maybe, maybe it's one of those things where, you talk to the staff differently than you talk to everybody else. So like
Okay.
maybe it's like one of those things like when you hear someone's like customer service voice for the first time and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're like a different person." So I think whenever you talk to the staff your voice is like more high pitched
Uh-huh.
and you're like a little more proper, and I think
Mhm.
it's really funny because I think between the two of us I view the staff more as like not equals, but it's like that's like kind of the class of people that I grew up with, so I just talk to
Yeah.
them like the same. So I think it's really funny that you kind of talk to them in this different way and like seem a little more hoity-toity when you're talking to
Okay.
them. Um, and do you think when I does it make you mad? I guess when I laugh at whenever you're talking to the staff.
No. She's just kind of like, whatever.
And so I think one night, I think we have our own bedrooms because we're not really
Mhm.
married. I think, and because I don't want to have to wear a gas mask, and but I think there's some nights just as we're getting closer to each other and like time is passing that that I like kind of end up like sometimes you end up staying in my room later into the evening or I end up staying in
Huh.
your room later in the evening and maybe we're like playing cards and like doing different things and getting closer to each
Okay.
other. And I finally am like I'm trying to get you to understand why it's so funny. And I'm like, okay, this is what it sounds like to me. It sounds like to me like we're talking and it's like, oh, darling, can you pass me that glass of wine? And then all of a sudden you're like, and could we get another glass of wine in here for my wife? That's what it sounds like to me. Like when you're talking to like me and then you're talking to the staff, you like change completely. And it's like, it's just funny.
Well, this is how I've talked to them my whole life, and no one has ever said it was funny.
Well, I mean, maybe everyone that you know talks like that to the staff. I mean, they're just normal people.
Why don't you just tell me that you hate me?
I say I don't hate you. I just think it's endearing. It's cute. I think it's
Do
cute.
you even care if I live or die?
Of course, I care if you live or die. We've been living together as wives for several months now. Of course, I have affection for you. I just think it's
That
funny. Surely there's things that I do that you think is funny.
Well, now that you say that, there are a couple of things.
Okay.
And she winks at Harriet, but won't say any more.
Oh, my affection has to go up. That has to go up. That's so suave. Okay, that's your turn to draw a card. We're at 9 affection. So if we get one more affection, we reach a boiling point. Oh, let me move this out of the way.
Okay. Oh,
Oh.
an ace of hearts. Okay, let me go up. You've had a little too much to drink. A sincere compliment slips out. What is it? What does your spouse compliment in return plus 2 affection?
Oh my gosh. This has to be the same night.
Yeah, so we're talking maybe Nina's been drinking a little bit, right? And she looks at Harriet and is like, Harriet, you're always looking out for you're always taking care of me. And I can't help but notice how beautiful you are when you leave your hair down.
Well, of course I'm always looking after you because I can barely tear my eyes away from you and your exquisite bosoms.
And my bodacious booty.
Well, I didn't want to overstep.
And Nina will do a booty pose. Actually, I have the exact pose I'm thinking of. I'm gonna send it to you.
Good. Do a booty pose.
Yeah, I'm sending you an image of the exact booty pose I'm thinking of, and I don't know if you're ready for it.
Okay.
Okay,
I don't know how I could possibly be ready for that. How hard is it for me to put this on the overlay so other people can see what I'm talking about? Hang on, I think I can do this pretty easily.
For anyone wondering, it's the Jacko pose.
Okay, hang on. Save image. I'll put. It's gonna look so crazy on this overlay, but let's image. It's such a sweet little image, and then
yes,
pose. But this must be shared. Oh, I will it even. Okay, good. It will. Here we go. This is the pose.
Yeah.
This is the pose that you're doing that may end the game. Because we have at a boiling point. So okay, let me make that invisible. All right, so we are at an affection boiling point. The best kind, in my opinion. Which is, I think, at the very bottom. Here we go. When you reach 10 of any token, you've reached a boiling point. We've actually reached 11, which I think matters because depending on what we get, we could end up subtracting from different things. Okay. So 11 affection. Whatever's been brewing, whether it's your own plans, the rumors and speculation of high society, or your feelings for each other, it's coming to a head and it needs to be addressed now for better or worse. Each partner should roll a d8, then note the difference between the two numbers. Read aloud and role play the prompt based on the value that has boiled over. Affection for us. And the difference between your rolls, and either follow the instructions in the prompt or complete your playthrough. So we'll both roll a d8, and I think we want them to be, if the closer they are to each other, the more likely it is that this is the end.
Okay.
So we've been rolling pretty close to each other, so let's go ahead. A 1 and a 2.
We keep
Okay.
rolling very low as well.
Yeah, I think I've only rolled ones and twos. Okay, a difference of 1 to 3, which is we have a difference of 1 between those. The end. Your attraction can
Oh
no
wow.
longer be denied. You have to do something about it one way or another. Consider your other token counts. If plot and suspicion are low, do you throw it all away and just continue as things are? If both are high, does this give you the burst of passion you need to get the job done? I would not say I would not say our plot is high. Our suspicion is pretty high. Well, our
I don't even. No, I don't
suspicion
think
is
it's high because it's not
mid.
halfway.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Yeah.
it's it's mid. It's high, or yeah, it's high compared to plot, but not for much. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like we hook up.
Oh yeah. The Jacko pose. Harriet
Yeah,
can't resist it.
yeah, let me turn it back on so people can see.
Nina does this Jacko pose, and it's so irresistible that Harriet just can't resist, especially with
Yeah,
her huge bosoms on the floor and her
yeah,
bodacious booty in the air.
it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely we see like I just I feel like it's just like like a fade to black kind of thing, but we just see like oh, you know what? I think it's like Harriet gets up very like slowly and calmly, like gets up, closes the door to your bedroom, and then we just hear like the rustle of clothing. And like just like and maybe even like hear like a petticoats like hitting the wall as we
Yeah.
just like throw ourselves at each other because we're both so into each other, and you can't deny the bodaciousness just in general.
Yeah.
um
Exactly.
how does this story end, though? Do we get real married? Do we run away together? Do
Mhm.
we, is the plot up? Do people find out and we have to, like, leave in disgrace? Is this just a hookup and we go our separate ways after this? What do you
Mhm.
think?
I think we could get real married.
I like that. I think that's really fun.
I will say it will be up to Harriet though about the child situation.
Mm.
So do we adopt for real, or does Harriet just hire some kid actor even though we are actually married?
I think I still hire a kid actor. That there's a big difference between like
Uh-huh.
the getting married and having a kid.
Mhm.
And I think Harriet's like, I
Yeah.
don't want to like ruin a kid's life if this ends up not working out. So I think maybe the next thing we see, obviously we have to actually elope because everyone in society thinks we are married. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think we like run away to like another country. We run away to Mexico, I guess, since we're in the United States. So that's like kind of the closest, one of the closest countries to run away to, or Canada, but that
Yeah.
doesn't really seem as as fun, I guess. Um, so we run away to Mexico to get married. We and it's just like the two of us, but our ring bearer is a child actor who we are pretending is our son.
Yeah.
So which is kind of silly because it's like he, we've already been married, so it doesn't really like add to the illusion for him to have been at our wedding. But
Yeah.
but yeah, we see this kid who's like 6 or 7 maybe. That's the ring bearer. Who's a very round child. I think I found a round child actor, so there would
Yeah.
be a
Yeah.
family resemblance, even though everyone knows that they're adopted.
Hmm.
And the two of us are married. Is there anything that you want to add details to our real wedding?
I would like to say that in my vows to Harriet, I promise I will gamble less.
Yeah. And in my vows to you, I promise that I will never run away and leave you behind.
And I give her the biggest smooch she's ever been smooched.
Even bigger than the night we hooked up.
Yeah, and there's a lot of tongue.
Oh
There's
my
a lot of
god.
tongue,
It's so
okay?
good there's nobody the
Yeah.
officiant is like, "Whoa. That's
Yeah.
crazy." The kid's parents are here.
Yeah.
The actor child's parents.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa.
Mhm.
That's great. So that's eyes on the prize. We did not keep our eyes on the prize. We got real married, which
But I still
I
get
think
what
is
I
fun.
want.
That is true. You still get what you want, and I guess in a way, I still get what I want because
Well,
I just wanted to be rich.
well, yeah. Now you get to live a life of luxury with your beautiful, bodacious wife.
Yeah. So actually, you know what? Win-win.
Yeah.
We found the real prize after all. So yeah, Dreamy, why don't you let people know where else they can find you, other stuff you have
Okay.
going on, all your plugs.
Hi, everybody. You can find me on all socials: Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, under my username Dreamyatude. That is just should be on the name tag under me as well. And yeah, come and check out my streams or my videos at some point.
Dreamy, do you want to say goodbye to chat and goodbye to the YouTube VOD?
Goodbye, everybody. It was so fun being in this. Honestly, I was scared that this was going to end sooner because I was like, dude, we are doing so poorly on
Yeah.
suspicion. I
Our
was like, oh my
suspicion
God.
is going up so much. We pulled
Yeah.
through. We managed to make it. We managed to not
Yeah.
fail another
We
marital
just fell
trial.
in love instead.
That's good. That's the ending I was hoping for.
Yeah.
So yeah, goodbye, chat. Goodbye, YouTube VOD. We'll see you later.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.